Warner Cable welcomes you to the Spiro Sports Center on the campus of Wagner College. Tonight, a big NEC matchup. The first place LIU Blackbirds come across the Verrazano to take on the hometown Wagner Seahawks. Good evening, everybody. Wayne Fiddleman, as always, joined by Joe Nugent, Coach Gannon. And Joe, an educator that you are, you're going to give us a little history lesson on why sometimes past performance doesn't always indicate what we're going to see in the present.
Well, the first time Wagner College played this first-place LIU team on the road, they lost by 30 points. So you say, well, how can they turn it around? Well, last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers that lost by 55 points to the Los Angeles Lakers the last time they played them last night, not only beat them by 8. Now, Wagner's not the Cavaliers. They're the third-best team in this league. That's the good news. So they have a really good chance at reversing. The bad news is, as Timmy's going to tell you, this LIU team has won 11 games on the road this year, the most in the NCAA.
Well, I mean, they're just a fantastic team, but you're talking about one of the top teams in the country in scoring. No one averages more than 13 points. 5 guys at double figures. They're balanced. They play great defense. They're aggressive, and they're also one of the top rebounding teams in the country. Wagner's going to have their hands full, but we know with this Wagner team, they can bring it here at Spiro Center.
Should be a very good game. We take a look at the NEC standings. As we mentioned, LIU atop the standings at 12-2. The Seahawks tied for third with Quinnipiac at 9-5. Big matchup tonight. All 4 have clinched home playoff games here in the NEC. Or at least they have clinched a playoff spot in the conference playoffs, which come up next week. Take a look at the game notes. As we mentioned before, LIU won the first meeting, and they won it convincingly. Wagner was only down by 3 at halftime, and then a 28-11 run did the Seahawks in. The Seahawks have been fantastic in conference home games, and as the coach and Joe mentioned, 11 road wins, the most in the nation. So the Seahawks have their work cut out for them here tonight. Take a look at our referees tonight as they get ready to start this ball game. Dorsey, Crawford, and Riley. And again, LIU, they can beat you so many ways. 5 players in double figures. Only 2 teams in the country have a starting 5 that average in double figures. This is one of them. The other one is Missouri out of the Big 12. Take a look at Danny Hurley, first season here at Wagner, 13-12 last year. The Seahawks 5-26. He's 9-5 in the conference. We are underway. Wagner in the home whites, LIU in the black, and we are glad you could join us here live from the Spiro Sports Center. Inside, the pass to Folahan was deflected quickly. LIU comes back the other way.
Turnover is something that haunts Wagner. Coach Hurley very concerned about turnovers, so that first pass for the turnover, that's something he wanted to see early.
3 shots right there, no points for LIU. LIU dominated the glass the last time these 2 teams met. One of the things Coach Hurley talked about in our pregame get-together. Lateef Rivers, right side. Parker with the jump shot. 2-0 Seahawks.
I was watching Orlando Parker in pregame warm-ups, and, man, he was banging that shot right from that spot, one after the other. Confident warm-up, confident first shot.
So it's Johnson. Nice dish inside to Olasaware, who was fouled on the play. And that's Folahan picking up his first.
Fouls will play an important part tonight. Certainly the big men, as we look at LIU's outstanding season so far. Jim Ferry doing a fantastic job, Coach of the Year in the NEC 2004-2005. But the sight of LIU on the foul line is not something that the Wagner coaching staff wants to see. They're one of the top teams in getting to the foul line in the nation, and certainly fouls have hindered the Seahawks throughout the season, especially with the big guy Folahan getting into trouble in some games.
So Olasaware comes for his second free throw. Scored 14 in the first meeting against Wagner, including 12 in the second half. A 61% free throw shooter. He makes 1 of 2, and the Seahawks lead 2-1. LIU 20-5 on the season. Again, their first 20-win season since '98. That pass is taken away. It's Olosaware who comes up with it. And quickly, here come the Blackbirds, and they do like to get up the court. There is Boyd, and he is fouled, and he will come to the line.
Yeah, but he's fouled by Folahan. That means he's probably going to go to the bench right away, almost, right, Coach?
I think so. I mean, they certainly went right at him that time, so they were looking to get that second foul, and we'll see what the staff comes up with.
Danny just talked to two of his top assistants at the top of the bench, and but now he's going to leave him out there.
So Julian Boyd comes to the line. A very interesting story, a great comeback season for him. He leads the Blackbirds in scoring 12.5 points a game, missed all of last year. He had a non-compaction cardiomyopathy. That was what his ailment was. Basically, the blood was not circulating to his heart, and he had to miss all of last season. Now he leads the team in scoring. Wonderful story there. Minute and a half in, first half. To the bucket, Folahan with a close-in shot, and the bucket is good. Again, Boyd, the pass is deflected, that time by Murray. Here come the Seahawks. Rivers right side. Nice pass to Martin. His shot is blocked. Martin again leaves his feet out to Rivers for three. And that bucket is good. Lateef Rivers. Rivers, who was ill in the last meeting against LIU, manned up, still played, had a terrible game. 3 for 10, 4 points. Looks to have a big one here tonight.
Tyler Murray, certainly the leader of the Wagner team, is really yelling at Folahan, his teammate, to get into this game and to get active and to wake up. He's been going at him for the last minute.
So we take a look at the Rivers three-pointer. LIU inbounds.
Yeah, I think Tyler Murray's saying, hey, look, kid, you're not coming out. You have 2 fouls. Play basketball.
Exactly, Joe.
C.J. Garner up top. Around the pick to the basket. His pass is deflected by Rivers. It will stay with LIU.
Wagner doing a nice job anticipating the passes and getting their hands active in the passing lanes.
Ball to be inbounded. They try to get it into Boyd. They cannot. So instead, Olosaware with a 3. That shot is no good. Rebound by Martin. Martin across midcourt, left side. Martin up top. Finds Murray. Murray on the wing up top. Parker, and now Folahan. Folahan with the 2 fouls. Now Rivers. 15 on the shot clock. Rivers right side. Parker. Rivers pulls it out with 10 on the shot clock. Rivers finds Parker. Now back to Rivers. Parker. That shot is no good. Rebound Garner. Here come the Blackbirds. They like to move. Another 3. That shot is in. And that is Kyle Johnson with a 3-pointer. The LIU trails by 1.
Great defensive effort the last time by the Blackbirds. Then they come down and they score in the first 4 seconds.
Turnover going to go the other way. Foul on the turn. So Wagner with a 1-point lead. LIU to take possession. Blackbirds with the best record of any college in Division I in the metropolitan tri-state area. 20-5. Olosaware in the lane, drives to the hoop. Folahan with the rejection, but LIU comes up with a loose ball. It's Boyd, right side, picked up by Parker. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Right side is Hicks. 3 on the shot clock. They're going to have to fire a 3. That shot rims out. It was Olosaware with the miss. 4 minutes gone. First half, 7-6 Wagner. Murray loses the handle. Another Wagner turnover. Boyd on the floor. Here come the Blackbirds quickly all the way to the basket. And right there, Folahan could not do much as Hicks drove to the hoop. 8-7. LIU.
Very active hands and quickness on the defensive end by the Blackbirds.
And they're really physical, too. They're really banging Wagner as they go off the screens and they try to dribble penetrate.
Rivers up top, 15 on the shot clock. Double teamed. His pass nearly broken up. Folahan with a short, chippy shot that falls in. 4 points. So it's 9-8 Wagner. quickly. And Gardner all the way to the basket underneath. His pass is deflected. Scramble for the loose ball. And it's going to stay here at timeout as we take a look, as Bolan cannot do much with the 2 fouls.
No, I'm kind of glad that he didn't foolishly jump out at the driver there to stay on the court. He has contributed 2 offensive baskets since he picked up those 2 fouls.
Yeah, and I obviously Coach Hurley feels at this point he just needs to leave him in and take the chance. But the real question is going to be over time. These guys are driving at him, and how much is he going to be able to avoid those fouls?
So the Seahawks with a 9-8 lead. You take a look at the head man, Danny Hurley. Everybody knows the story by now. Came over from St. Benedict's High School. Very successful run there, 223 wins. And now leading the Seahawks and bringing excitement back to Grimes Hill.
And as great a year as Jim Ferry has had at LIU, Coach mentioned before, he was Coach of the Year in the NEC, 2004-2005. Danny Hurley has a great chance to be Coach of the Year in the NEC once the ballots come in. This is a team that universally was picked to finish either 10th or 11th in an 11-team league, and here they are tied for 3rd. And they're really not tied for 3rd because they swept Quinnipiac, and they're both 9-5, so they're really ahead of Quinnipiac in the standings.
And he's doing it with 3 freshmen in the starting lineup who, like him, are entering their the beginning of their college careers, and to be that successful with freshmen especially is a great accomplishment.
Take a look at Jim Ferry, his 9th season at LIU, 13 years of collegiate coaching. We mentioned the Coach of the Year, and by far his best season at LIU this season.
Let's put it this way. I'd put money that one of these 2 coaches at the end of the year will be the NEC Coach of the Year.
You heard it here first. 9-8, Wagner with the lead. Early on, the Seahawks 4 of 6 from the field, led by Folahan, who has the 4 points and the 2 fouls. Up top is Thompson, who just entered the game. Nice bounce pass inside to Tyler Murray.
That's a great job by the Wagner coaching staff. During the timeout, they set up the play. They saw the fact that the Blackbirds were overplaying the wings and really pressuring the passing lanes. Great job by the coaches.
Jason Brickman has entered the game for LIU. He wears number 11. That ball is stolen by Parker. Here come the Seahawks. Tyler Murray slowly gets some directions from Coach Hurley, brings it across midcourt. Now Rivers, as you take a look at the shooting, left side over to Murray. Rivers around the Parker pick, double team. Now Thompson had an open Parker, couldn't get it to him. Rivers pulls it back out, gets some instruction, 12 on the shot clock. Rivers around the Parker pick, pulls up, jump shot, short, rebound. Here comes David Hicks. Hicks finds Brickman. They're working around inside, and that's losing the handle and then losing it again, and this time the shot almost falls, is Onyeche, Kenny Onyeche, who just came into the game. Coach Ferry has many weapons to go to. His bench very deep. Onyeche averaging 7 points a game off the bench.
Coach Hurley did not like that call. Again, it was nice to see Thompson come off the bench. Last time when we were here, he was the player of the game off the bench, and he comes right in, throws that brilliant bounce pass. He has turned into quite a 6th man off the bench for Danny Hurley.
So Onyeche misses the first shot. Munweiler comes in for Wagner. Onyeche gets ready for his second free throw. Wayfell Harris enters the game as well for Wagner. So an 11-8 lead.
Clayflower Harris has only played in 14 of Wagner's 25 games. This is a very early insert for him.
I'm sure he's got very specific skills that coach is looking for to use tonight.
And Munweiler to 3 rims out. Good hustle by Thompson. Wagner keeps possession. New shot clock for the Seahawks.
That's what Thompson does. He's always going to hustle on both ends on the offensive and the defensive boards.
And our man Clayfeld set a solid screen that got Mudwilder open for that 3.
Harris finds Murray. Now it's Rivers in traffic, loses the handle. Thompson recovers. 13 on the shot clock. Now back out to Murray. Again, 10 on the shot clock. Wagner showing some patience here. 7 seconds. Murray to the hoop. Nice pass to Harris. He puts it in.
Kyler Murray just doing a great job of leading this team tonight. He's really on defense. He's making everybody get involved. He's yelling at his teammates, and on offense, he's settling them down and keeping them focused.
Brickman to the basket, and he is fouled. Coach talked about ball movement being the key, and so far a couple of nice baskets inside by the Seahawks.
Great play. He had 3 defenders come up on him, and he made the right pass.
So Jason Brickman will step to the free throw line, a 90% free throw shooter. Another key player off the bench. Drains that one. As Kyle Johnson re-enters the game, David Hicks sits down for the Blackbirds. Makes both free throws. It is a 3-point game for Wagner. So it's Rivers up top. Around the horn to Munweiler. Brickman picks him up. And the foul was on Kyle Johnson. Take a look at Coach Hurley. We've talked plenty about him. Look at that bottom note. 10-4, games decided by 5 points or less.
Yeah, coaching under fire in his rookie year in 14 games, and he's done well.
So Wagner to inbound the ball. It's Thompson, right side. Now Murray finds Thompson, cross court. It's going to be Munweiler again for 3. That one is long. Harris battles for the rebound. Brickman comes down with it and is tripped.
Munweiler likes that corner jump shot. I mean, that's kind of his bread and butter. He likes to post up there and be ready. And with Wagner going with a lot of screens tonight, they're trying to get mismatches. They're trying to get LIU to switch and give some opportunities for them. And a kid like Munweiler on the weak side being able to shoot that 3 could be a big plus for Wagner.
No bucket. It's going to be a charge, and that was on Jamal Olasaware. Take a look at it right here as he comes steamrolling to the bucket as Thompson goes to the floor, taking the charge.
I'm still intrigued by Clayfeld Harris because he was just in front of us, Tim and Wayne, and he is quite a physical specimen.
Yeah,
man, is he big.
Did you see what he did to Onyeka?
Everything went dark when he walked past here.
Yeah.
So.
Thompson up top.
Wouldn't it be nice to add him to the rotation late in the year?
Rivers pulls up. That shot is good. Lateef Rivers with the bucket. So it's a 5-point lead for Wagner. Boyd up top. Good defense. Thompson throws that one away. Back over to Wagner.
Wagner's trying to get the crowd involved, get a little momentum going their way.
Wow, the Wagner College coaching staff is pumped.
Well, I'll tell you, that 30-point loss will do it to you.
Yeah, well, 30. Actually, it was worse than that, right? 84-45? Is that what we put up?
80. I think it's 84. Yeah, 84-54 was the loss.
54. We had to pay. Okay. But I haven't seen that much emotion out of Bobby Hurley in all the games we've done this year. He came flying off the bench and gave somebody a nice elbow coming into the huddle there.
Well, I'm sure part of the strategy is they've got to match LIU's intensity. I mean, they're very intense on defense. They're going at Wagner, so he has to make sure his guys over the whole course of the whole game match that intensity.
Let's send it over to the 4th member of our crew, Alexa Dad. Take it away.
Wayne, I talked to Coach Hurley before the game, who said we worked hard on our offense all week. He said we knew we were going to face a tough team in LIU. He said we want to spread the floor with urgency and limit our turnovers, and they've done that so far tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Alexa. 15-10. That urgency is on that bench, like you said. Coach jumping.
They know they can't go to sleep tonight. They've got to be out there on defense. This is an LIU team that attacks. So if you go to sleep for 30 seconds, they'll run off 6 points on you in that 30 seconds. And I think that's why we've seen a couple of substitutes, as Joe mentioned, that we haven't seen, and like a Clay Harris, in order to make sure guys have fresh legs and can stay in the game mentally.
And leading the emotional cheerleading on the bench is Folahan. He hasn't joined his teammates. He's sitting next to Bobby Hurley at the end of that bench, and he's been up cheering and waving towels. He's ready to go. 7 for 12. That's the way to shoot the ball.
So it's Rivers up top. Now Martin to the hoop. Left side looks for Munweiler. Munweiler thought about the three inside to Thompson. Thompson turnaround. His shot around the rim. No good. Rebound for the Blackbirds. Almost blocked. The shot is put in by Culpo. Michael Culpo, who just came into the game last meeting against Wagner, had 10 big points. So it's 15-12. There you go. Seahawks 7 for 13 from the field, and they are up by 3. Turnover for Wagner. Foul on Harris. Second time that's happened tonight, so the ball goes back to the Blackbirds.
Wagner is already over the limit.
Coach
with 11
Hurley's
minutes to go.
Looking at the officials, kind of wondering, like, God, with all the pushing and shoving going on both ways out there, how could the big guy be called for a little touch foul?
So Kyle Johnson up top finds Boyd.
They're going to call Harris again.
He's on Yeche.
Yeah, that time he was in a wrestling match in the paint.
Take a look at the head man of LIU, talking it over with his staff. Yeche comes to the free throw line. Sugar Land, Texas native, 7 points a game, 53% from the line this season.
Sugar Land, Texas to the Big Apple, Brooklyn, New York.
And that free throw is short. Rivers with the rebound. So now Chris Martin across midcourt, picked up by Culpo. And we have another foul call. This time it looks like it's going to be on LIU.
And while we're on the topic of fouls being called, Wagner again continues to be one of the better free throw shooting teams in the country at almost 78%. LIU is a poor free throw shooting team. For a Division I college, 64%. If there's a close game at the end.
Yeah, that's surprising.
And like you mentioned before, Coach, no one gets to the free throw line more than they do in the country.
And
LIU.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
and that's got to be disappointing for Coach Ferry to be able to get to the foul line
and
that much and then not be able to convert a higher percentage.
Yeah, you got to make 2 out of 3 in Division I, and they're not even there.
So the ball goes back to LIU. 9.5 minutes gone here first half. Home team up by 3. LIU with the ball. It's Boyd up top. He's going to take a 3. That one is off. Loose ball picked up by Rivers. He has Thompson, and he does get it to him, but Thompson pulls it back with Boyd on him. Thompson finds Rivers. Rivers for 3.
Lateef Rivers wanted that pass about 5 seconds before that, and he still got it off in time to put it in.
Lateef Rivers likes when Time Warner Cable comes up to this gym, that's for sure. He's a special player with a special future.
Garner, his shot, no good. Onichi pulls that one down in traffic. He is a strong presence inside. So Onichi puts that one in. 18-14, Wagner with the lead. So it's Martin across midcourt, picked up by Culpo. Finds Rivers. Rivers for 3, and that one in and out.
C.J. Gardner held Rivers as it came off that screen. I think everyone saw it except the 3 officials.
Boyd and now Culpo. Munweiler picks him up. Looking for a turnover. No call there.
Hurley saw a walk right in front of him. Gave the travel sign.
They're going to have a Hurley cam pretty soon.
Yeah.
That and get him a striped shirt. Because he's seen a lot that the refs are not. Hicks. And his pass is going to come to us. And it will go back to Wagner. So Wagner to take over. And, well, you asked for Hurley cam, you get it.
Here's the walk right in front of him. Can't sit ahead. Goes down, gives the travel call.
4-point lead for the Seahawks. Parker. Now it's Murray and Rivers. 9 minutes to go first half. Parker finds Martin. Martin left side. Brings it back out to Rivers. 20 on the shot clock. Very deliberate Wagner offense right now. 12 seconds on the shot clock. There's Martin to the hoop, in traffic, dishes to Parker, the jumper. Good.
That's it. They're going to drive. If they get picked up by the big men or the quickness of LIU, they're going to kick it outside. And I think that's what Alexa mentioned when she was talking about the amount of time Wagner spent on offense this week in practice.
And a foul is called as Hicks goes to the floor.
And I'll tell you, Orlando Parker hasn't got as much publicity as some of the other Wagner College players this year. But, Coach, he's shooting 52% from the field, and he's making that medium-range jumper better and better as we see him more and more progress this year.
Yeah, I think, he's had some of those games where he's been up in the high teens with scoring. I think it's all been based on the games where he got shots. Some games, Joe, as you know, he was in foul trouble, and he got less than 20 minutes. He and Fallahan would be on the bench for a lot of the first half and into the second half. And then some games he just wasn't either looking to shoot or getting opportunities to shoot, and that was when he was only getting 6-7 points a shot. But we've seen him those nights when he's up in the 20s.
So Hicks for his second free throw. Brickman and Munweiler re-enter the game for their respective teams. Hicks, second free throw. He makes them both. So it's a 20-16 Wagner lead, 8:22 to go here first half.
And Danny Hurley has elected to put Tyler Murray back on the bench, his leading scorer, with 2 fouls.
Nice pass, Rivers to Folahan.
Same thing, they're attacking, they bring the defense to Rivers. They have to play Rivers. He and Murray are so tough on the drive and the jump shot, and then he just looks for the big men.
They have been beating them up in the paint tonight, the Seahawks. That's Boyd. Olasaware is going to be called for traveling. Take a look at this play, and we've seen a lot of this tonight. Great movement.
Well, Lateef Rivers is having a great game, and Folahan has recovered from those 2 early fouls and is making a lot of contributions.
Well, I think, what Wagner has done very well tonight is spread the floor on offense. They've been very balanced. They've spread the floor, which doesn't allow LIU to double team as much. It makes it tougher helping out and doing the passing lanes. But when Wagner does a little screen and roll, when they attack the basket, then suddenly the help comes there, but the Wagner kids are attacking the basket looking for the pass.
Sports time, what can I say? 22 years, Joe Nugent, the best of sports, not only on Staten Island anymore, but all throughout the New York City area, high school and college sports. Nobody does it better. 22 years speaks for tough. What do we have this week?
Well, we're coming up with starting our playoffs, of course, in the PSAL and the CHSAA throughout the city. Time Warner Cable cameras will be there Saturday night when St. Peter's Girls High School of Staten Island plays its last ever game ever on its home court, as the legacy of that school and Bob Daggett comes to an end when they close the doors, sadly, in June. And, of course, we have the CUNY quarterfinals beginning on Sunday, and our cameras are going to be at all 4 CUNY games. We'll have highlights of the entire CUNY quarterfinals. The game on Staten Island will be John Jay at number 1 CSI. And, Wayne, while we're on the subject, congratulations to our man, Tony Petosa, named Coach of the Year in the CUNY today.
Oh, very nice.
Speak of CSI, well, there he is, Mr. CSI right there. Dave Pizzuto. So don't forget, Sports Time on New York City On Demand, channel 1111. New episode premieres every Wednesday, and as Joe said, we have all the bases covered next week, college and high school sports from throughout the city. Points, as you take a look at the field goals, key stat, Wagner with 9 points off of LIU turnovers tonight, and their lead is 6. It's Parker up top, and now Rivers. Martin, 4-3, and that one will not go. Folahan was boxed out, and Onyechi pulls down the rebound. Brickman to the hoop, right by Munweiler, dishes it outside. The three-pointer is nothing but net for Hicks. So 2 for 5 now. LIU from long range, 22-19, 7:17 to go. Munweiler finds Rivers. Rivers around the pick, loses the handle, kicks it out of bounds. It will go back over to LIU. Turnover number 7 for the Seahawks. So Rivers with 8 points here in the first half. coming back after the poor performance against LIU when he was ill. Under 7 to play here. Ball's work inside, and the pass almost goes out of bounds, but it is saved by Hicks, and a foul is called.
That's a ticky-tack one. I would have let them keep playing on that one, Coach.
Yeah, they basically let them play through a lot worse than that. So
we talked about early, free throw disparity in the last meeting, and the Seahawks without a free throw. This is going to be free throw number 12 for LIU.
Wow.
It's also going to be miss number 5 for LIU.
And it hurts Wagner when they don't get to the foul line because they're such a good foul shooting team. I mean, Latif Rivers is still among the best in the country at nearly 93%.
22-20. 8 of 13 from the line tonight for LIU. Parker right side. Looks for Rivers, can't get it to him. Has to start dribbling. Munweiler, 20 on the shot clock. He's picked up by Brickman. Now Martin. Parker with 12 on the shot clock finds a cutting Martin. Martin up top. Chris Martin with a bucket, 24-20 Seahawks.
Very good patience by the Seahawks. They're really doing a nice job. They're being very patient offensively. They're waiting for some kind of a defensive breakdown. LIU did a good job on that time. It's just he got the shot off right coming off the screen.
Hicks drives to the hoop, pulls up at the free throw line. Shot no good. Battle for the boards. LIU comes down with it. It's Garner. Garner pulls it back out. Now Brickman. Under 6 to play first half. Brickman looks for Boyd, can't get it to him. Now over to Garner. Garner left side of the key. Spins and is called for steps. Substitutions now for LIU. Culpo will re-enter the game. And Johnson re-enters the game. We take a look at the turn right there. 5:47 to go. Wagner with a 4-point lead.
Turnovers about even.
Martin, right wing, nice pass inside to Parker.
They're doing such a great job.
They look like they've worked on their offense, haven't they, Coach?
They really are doing a nice job, really just being patient and waiting.
Boyd tries to work it inside. He does. 2 men, 3 men on the powerful Onyechi, and he puts it in.
All right, Folahan again backed away a little bit with those 2 fouls.
So it's a 4-point Wagner lead. Martin around the pick, and they're going to call Parker for that foul.
That was a hip check. Oh, I don't like that call at all. And they called it on Folahan, screen. That really hurts Wagner.
No, that's...
Yeah.
No, it was on 21.
I thought it was Parker.
They called that on Folahan.
And they're wrong because it was Parker.
It was Parker.
Well, then they made a mistake because the foul's on Parker. They called the wrong player then because it was definitely on Parker.
Now
that's a 3 by Boyd. Will not go. Loose ball picked up by the Seahawks. Here comes Martin. If that call was on Folahan, they need to look at that one.
I don't think it's a correctable error now.
Well, one of the officials has the I think he said it was on Parker, and then when Coach Hurley pointed to the scoreboard, he just kind of nodded his head as if he was going to check with his partner. So we'll see. It's not.
From behind, Thompson blocks Johnson. However, LIU comes up with it. Under 20 on the shot clock. There is Culpo. His shot will not fall. And there is Boyd with the follow. That will not go. Loose ball picked up by Martin. Closing in on the 4-minute mark here first half. Wagner with a 4-point lead. Martin finds Rivers. Again, it's Martin with 20 on the shot clock. Looks for the cutting. Rivers can't get it to him. Instead, it's Munweiler. Munweiler and Brickman. Now Parker with 10 on the shot clock. Munweiler drives to the hoop. Double team. Bounce pass out to Thompson. Thompson looks for Munweiler. Instead, it is stolen by Brickman. Brickman will hurry with Parker on him all the way to the hoop. No call.
That was a break for Wagner. That was a foul. Wow.
3.5 to go. 4-point Wagner lead. Danny Hurley looking for a timeout, and he finally gets it.
The next dead ball, he would have gotten an immediate timeout.
26-22, Wagner with the lead. Take a look at Danny and Bobby Hurley, Luke Murray.
You think they're talking about their mistake they made on the foul call?
Yes,
right
I read the lips. They're talking about the foul.
Yeah, I mean it was. Well, now the refs are talking it over as well. 26-22. The Seahawks shooting 60% from the field.
If they come up.
LIU at 30%. Right now, we're going to take a look right here one more time, at least for our own edification, and there's no doubt that's 21. There is no doubt that it was Orlando Parker with the foul. So 4-point lead. Wagner inbound in front of us. So it will be Murray. And he's joined by T.J. Seski, who makes his first appearance of the night and takes the ball across midcourt for the Seahawks. Now Murray. Hicks playing him. Thompson up top. Seski nearly stolen. Holds on to it. 14 on the shot clock. Inside, in traffic. The shot will not go. And where's it going to go, refs? It's going to stay with the Seahawks. And there's your media timeout.
Now, if they haven't changed it, and I guess it's our job to keep our mouths shut. If they don't want to see it, that's the way it's got to stay.
I guess it's still up on the board.
It's their call. We don't call them; they call us.
That's right. That's the way it's got to be.
Wow.
But that's a big foul. That's a big foul. Is right.
I mean, that's a big foul.
There.
Not, Well, we'll see how that one plays out. The big man with 3 fouls now. I picked him too early.
You hate to be ref bashing, but 3 guys can't get it wrong. One guy can call out the wrong number, but one of his partners has to make the correction.
I thought when Coach Hurley was making the point to one of the officials immediately, it looked like he was agreeing with him, and that's when Coach Hurley pointed to the scoreboard and said, "There's 3 fouls on my number 5." But either they're convinced they got it correct, or I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those things they just don't know.
So the Seahawks up by 4, 3:09 to go. In their first meeting, they were only down by 3 at the half, but as you guys have discussed throughout, explosive team on the other side, and they went on a 28-11 run early second half, and that was it for Wagner.
And I think that's why over the last maybe 3 minutes, every time Wagner's brought the ball down, Coach Hurley's been right there slowing them down. I really think he wants to slow the pace of this game down, get into a half-court offense. And they've done well with the half-court offense. They spread them out, they're using the pick and rolls, and they're getting good shots off it.
Thompson kicked that one out. Missed the easy one there.
Yeah, he should have dunked. He should have attempted to dunk that. He went up too soft and he paid for it.
So 3:06 to go, first half. LIU brings it across. Brickman and Johnson up top. There's Colpo. Colpo right side picked up by Seski. Hicks. Bounce pass inside to Boyd. Boyd in the lane puts it in. And for Boyd, that's 4 points.
Big, strong, 6'7", 6'8", physical specimen.
Averaging 12.5 a game. The team's leading scorer at 12.5 points per game. We talked about the well-balanced Blackbirds. Left side, Thompson, 20 on the shot clock. Up top to Martin. Martin with 2 points on the evening. Again, Wagner very judicious with the ball, holding it out, using up plenty of the shot clock. 7. It's now Murray with 5 on the shot clock. Murray in the lane, pulls up, and that one will not go. The tip by Parker will not go. 2:10 to go here, first half. Brickman finds Boyd underneath for the bucket. We're tied.
This is where LIU is so dangerous. Wagner's in control, really, throughout the first half. They did a good job with the ball, good job defensively, had a couple of point lead, and now all of a sudden it's a tie game.
Martin with 20 on the shot clock finds Seski. Seski loses the handle. Here comes Brickman. And there's Boyd to the bucket. That one will not go. Thompson with the rebound. 1:39 to go. First place Blackbirds, third place Seahawks.
Jason Brickman is a very confident, cocky backup point guard.
Averaging nearly 5 assists off the bench. I'm wide open is Parker, and he puts it in. 1:18 to go.
This is the best I've seen Wagner in their half-court sets all season.
Johnson. Hicks up top, right side Brickman. In the corner, Culpo. 20 on the shot clock. Culpo at the free throw line. Finds Boyd. Boyd gets it inside baseline, double team back out to Boyd. And now it's Brickman around the pick. Johnson, that's a three. That one will not go. Skying high is Culpo. Loose ball and a foul is called. It looks like it's going to be on Seski.
Tyler Murray pulling the team together, keeping them from getting frustrated. But I don't think we're going to keep that man from being frustrated on that call.
Well, you know, this is a home game. This is an important conference home game. And Danny Hurley should come out with the score sheet at halftime and said, 15 foul shots for them and none for us? What do you think of that, guys?
Culpo missed, and they have been very fortunate that LIU has missed so many free throws.
It's not that this LIU team isn't physical. You know, they went a whole half without sending your team to the foul line.
Boy, Coach Ferry just keeps shuffling them in and out. C.J. Garner back in. Brickman sits down. It's Culpo at the line. Take a look at the disparity. That might be putting it mildly. So Culpo hits that free throw. 15-0 when it comes to free throw attempts. 45 seconds to go. The Seahawks with a 1-point lead. Left side, it is Murray. He's going to take a three, and that one will not fall. Rebound Hicks. Got a 1 second difference, shot clock to game clock, maybe a half a second.
Yeah, Coach Ferry, I think, is going to run out a half-court set and just take the last shot of the half after being behind, trying to get his team in front by one when they hit the locker room.
This is a big defensive possession, I think, for Wagner, because I'm sure Coach Hurley really wants to have the little psychological edge of going in up at half. He knows it's going to go right down to the wire. This is going to be a battle, but how hard they played on both ends of the floor, I'm sure he'd love to go in with at least a 1-point lead.
Tyler Murray was very disappointed that that last wide open look at a three didn't go down. It looked good coming out of his hands. He got a little bit of a tough luck on that. Again, Wagner's leading scorer has not been a part of this game offensively. He only has 2 points.
2 points, 1 of 3 from the field for Murray. Wagner has been led by Rivers and Parker, each with 8 points. Hicks has 8 for LIU. And again, 15 free throws to none. LIU averages 31 free throw attempts a game, so they're right on pace, but Wagner with 0. And like you said, a home team. So it's Brickman working the clock. Under 20 seconds to go. Team down by 1. Brickman, right side, 12. 10. Brickman still with it. Talking to Johnson. Works around the Johnson pick. Finds Johnson right side. Johnson pulls up for 3. And LIU with the lead. Quickly, here comes Seski. Should have been called for the travel, and that's going to do it. So Wagner, who led for much of this first half, goes into the locker room down by 2.
Well, again, the scoreboard doesn't indicate how well Wagner played, but it also tells you how tough this LIU team is to beat.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at their ability to score, their ability to score quickly. You know, that's certainly going to be a concern that the Wagner coaching staff is going to talk about at half.
So as we go to break, we take a look at the last scoring play of the first half. It was Kyle Johnson who drains a 3, the leading three-point shooter in the NEC. Gets the pass from Brickman and gives LIU the 2-point halftime lead. The first place Blackbirds 30. The third place Wagner Seahawks 28. More from the Spiro Sports Center after this.
There's only one bank that always gives you more. Richmond County Savings Bank.
More branch locations.
Anywhere you go.
More ATMs. More banking hours.
Anytime, any day.
More Sunday banking.
For your convenience.
More supermarket banking.
We give you more than any other bank on the island.
Richmond County Savings Bank.
The bank that always gives you more.
Became the first Toyota dealer in the Northeast. Joe decided the only way to succeed is to be honest with his customers. My name is Nick Manfredi, Vice President of the Manfredi Auto Group, and I'm second generation in the car business. I've learned Joe's ways the right way, and we call it the Manfredi way. The Manfredi Auto Group now represents 10 award-winning car dealerships, all located on Highland Boulevard. I invite you to stop by anytime and experience the Manfredi way. Anytime and experience the Manfredi way.
Honda of Staten Island has thousands of satisfied customers, and they want you to know why.
I shopped around a lot, and they ended up giving me the best price. I had to drive a little further, but it was well worth it.
Right now, you can lease a 2011 Honda Civic VP for only $124 a month, or a 2011 Honda Accord LX for only $184 a month.
Staten Island Honda was actually recommended by a friend. They said that everybody here was very nice, and everything they said actually was very true.
We've got your Honda. Come on in.
We are only a heartbeat away from unmasking the causes of sudden cardiac death. Help us save one young heart at a time.
Back to the Spiro Sports Center, we take a look at the halftime statistics and a couple of things that just stand out. Gentlemen, the free throws, of course, number one.
Well, I'm looking at the entire stat sheet besides what we're looking at there. Wagner's shooting the ball better. Wagner's passing the ball better. They have 12 assists. LIU only has 6. They're holding their own on the backboards against a very physical, big LIU team. Wayne's right, Tim. It comes down to that free throw line.
Yeah, certainly, and I know that if I could read lips at all, Coach Hurley mentioned something about 15 as the refs were going off at halftime, so he certainly planted the seed in their mind, but there weren't a lot of times where we commented that they deserved the foul.
No.
So, LIU's quickness in terms of being able to defend and avoid the foul, is certainly something that's paying them dividends tonight. But Wagner's got to try to draw some fouls, get into some contact, and get to the foul line. Because as Joe said, that is a major part of the Wagner offense.
And I found out something else at halftime, Wayne. Not only is LIU leading the nation in getting to the free throw line, Wagner leads the nation in fouls per game.
That's a really bad marriage right
there.
And
maybe that explains 15-0.
On the positive side for the Seahawks, you mentioned the 12 assists, 13 field goals, 12 assists. You got to love that.
They ran their half-court offense beautifully in the first half. They really did.
And they're a little bit over in the assist-to-turnover ratio. It's 12-11. LIU is at 6 assists and 8 turnovers, which is far worse in terms of where you want to be. So they're not getting their points. They're getting their points off of great shooting and athleticism and drives to the basket versus the half-court sets.
So for the Seahawks, Parker and Rivers had 8 points to lead them. On the other side, it was David Hicks with 8 points for the Blackbirds. Those are the game's leading scorers as we get ready for half number 2. (12-2) in the NEC, first place for the Blackbirds, 9-5 for Wagner, tied for third with Quinnipiac. Take a look at the NEC scoreboard. We have the conference covered tonight. Central Connecticut State with a 1-point lead at the half. Quinnipiac with an 8-point lead over Bryant. And the final, Mount St. Mary's and St. Francis. St. Francis with a 9-point lead. Oh, one more that slipped in there. Robert Morris with a 10-point lead over Fairleigh Dickinson.
A very dangerous and high-scoring St. Francis of New York team is coming here Saturday morning for an 11:45 start that will be seen live on MSG for those Wagner College fans interested in their next game.
So foul. David Hicks picks up that foul. His first, team's first. Martin to inbound the ball. He finds Parker. So Rivers and Murray, Parker, Martin, and Folahan. Folahan with the 3 fouls. Looking for it inside, picked up by Boyd. Right side is Martin, 17 on the shot clock. Rivers with the jumper around the rim, no good. Folahan battles for the rebound, and LIU comes down with it. Quickly, it's Garner. Garner right side around Martin, throws cross court. That three-pointer will not go by Johnson. Battle for the loose ball, and Wagner comes up with it. Minute gone here, second half. 2-point LIU lead, their biggest of the game. Wagner's biggest lead tonight has been 6 points. Folahan and now Parker. Martin right side. 20 on the shot clock, up top to Rivers. Rivers for 3. That one will not go. Skying is Boyd. Folahan comes up with the loose ball. Folahan looks for Parker, finds him inside. Parker off the glass, it's good. Tied at 30. Right side Garner. Now Johnson. Rivers playing the defense. Lassaware to the basket, too strong off the glass. Boyd battles for the rebound. Johnson follows up and puts it in.
Tyler Murray letting his teammates know everybody has to box out on every defensive play.
So there is Murray, right side. Has Rivers on the wing, gets it to Parker. Parker top of the key, round the rim, will not fall. Boyd with the rebound.
Wagner's in trouble when their jump shots don't fall, and they start 0 for 3 this half.
Kyle Johnson hits another 3. The conference's leading three-point shooter hits another three-point bucket to give his team a 5-point lead. Martin, Garner playing a good defense. Rivers around Johnson to the hoop, and he is fouled. Take a look at this play right here.
Not a bad play. He sees opening on the baseline, draws the contact, and anytime you can get Latif to the foul line, that's a good offensive play for the Seahawks.
4th in the nation in free throw shooting, 93% from the line.
And Coach Hurley turned to the Wagner College crowd behind the bench and put the 2 fingers up in the air and said, "That's 2 something free throws."
Well, praise and then miss. That does not happen very often for Latif Rivers.
That's his 9th miss of the year. He's been to the foul line for 110 shots.
Second free throw for Rivers. Saw his numbers a moment ago. Second free throw is good. The lead is 4 for LIU. Garner, Martin playing the defense. He gets it across midcourt. C.J. Garner left side, drives by Martin and Rivers. Martin with the foul. Take a look. Jim Ferry giving some instructions to his team. Second on Martin. Garner inbound. Boyd up top. Garner looks for a cutting Culpo, cannot find him. Boyd instead. Now Hicks.
Both teams on offense running a lot of screens at the opponent.
Garner over Folahan, cannot convert. So Martin brings it across for the Seahawks, down by 4 points. Garner playing the good defense. Now it's Murray. Murray has Culpo on him. 20 on the shot clock. A little more than 3 minutes gone here, second half. Rivers to the basket, stripped from behind. His bodies go all over the place.
Technical foul on Danny Hurley from far away.
Well, I'm assuming he must have been demonstrative. I think the refs have been having some conversations with him throughout the first half.
letting the refs know he had both hands on Rivers. Instead, it'll bring Culpo to the free throw line. Culpo drains the first tee. So Culpo, a 79% free throw shooter, getting ready to take shot number 2. That one is no good, off the front rim. So the Blackbirds to take over in front of us. David Hicks to inbound the ball. Biggest lead of the night for the Blackbirds, 5 points. After the Hurley technical, it's now Boyd right side. And now Culpo. The three-pointer by Hicks is short. Rebound, Murray. 3.5 gone. Second half. Seahawks down by 5. Looking for a split in the regular season series here with the Blackbirds. Parker. And we got a foul on a push.
You know, I've been watching the play sometimes away from the ball as they're going off screens, and these two teams are banging each other left and right, and they're really, you know, the refs have let them play, and now I think they're starting to call it a little bit tighter with all of the contact going on.
And I think it has something to do with the 15-0 free throws at halftime that was pointed out to the officiating crew. I think they're trying to blow their whistles more to kind of even this up a little.
And Martin drains the 3 as he goes down. 36-34 LIU.
I think Coach Hurley was looking for a 4-point play on that one.
Culpo finds Boyd, left side, picked up by Folahan, goes to a cutting Hicks, and that shot is deflected. Here come the Seahawks. It's Rivers left side. He has Martin in the corner. Finds Martin, 4-3. And the Seahawks back up on top by 1.
And it all started with Parker's block on the drive.
So Garner, right side, brings it across for the Blackbirds. That series brought the Wagner crowd back into the game. That time a foul as Garner went to the bucket. Looks like Martin picked that foul up.
Yeah, good call. It was a block. He didn't have any position on the drive.
So he has 3. Folahan has 3. The Seahawks up by 1.
Going to take a look at the trifectas that have came back to back for the Seahawks here. That one was by Martin. And there's Martin again with another one. And on the first one, like Coach Gannon pointed out, he was looking for a foul on the shot.
Let's send it over to Alexa Datt.
Thanks, Wayne. I caught Coach Hurley coming out of the locker room, and I mentioned to him that his 3 freshmen had 22 of their first 28 points in the first half. He said, yeah, you know what, but the older guys need to step up. He said, if they don't start showing some leadership, then we're not going to win this game. Guys, Chris Martin seemed to have stepped up early in the second half. Guys, back to you.
That's right, Alexa, the junior with 2 3-pointers to give Wagner a 1-point lead. Take a look at the 3-point shooting on the night. Both have hit 4 on the evening.
But Wagner has hit now. They've gotten a little bit more in the second half, and as Joe mentioned, they need the outside shooting to stay in this game offensively and get going. So that could be a good sign for the Seahawks.
LIU 33% from the field, down by 1. '90th meeting in this series. LIU winning 4 of the last 5, including the January 15th meeting in Brooklyn, as we discussed earlier, and often 84-54 was the LIU victory in that ball game, a 28-11 second half run, the difference. And in that game, LIU took 17 more free throws. So Seahawks getting ready to get back into action, come off their bench, up by 1. Danny Hurley with a technical a few moments ago. Talking it over with his team and staff as C.J. Garner comes to the free throw line. Garner, a 64% free throw shooter. And he hits the first free throw. So now this will be free throw number 19 for the Blackbirds. Second free throw will not go. So it's 11 for 19 for the Blackbirds. So Danny Hurley, with one technical, has not been ejected this season, his first in the college game. Folahan inside, will not go, foul on the play.
And that time, Folahan was just a little bit late in moving to the basket, and as a result, the defense was able to recover a little bit.
Just a little bit off balance going up for what he wanted to be a dunk. He got knocked off balance a little bit, but he goes to the free throw line.
So Folahan comes to the line, a 75% free throw shooter.
And that, to me, is very impressive for a freshman his size. 75% is a very nice number.
6 points on the evening. 3 fouls for the big man. Drains that one.
I think at Wagner, you're not allowed to live on campus unless you hit 75%. I think they don't let you on.
Definitely can't leave practice, that's for sure. Second free throw is good. Substitution for the Seahawks. It will be Munweiler as Chris Martin takes a seat on the bench. Gets a breather. Jason Brickman in for LIU. Played some very good minutes in the first half. Brickman up top, picked up by Folahan. Olasaware to the basket, and Olasaware lays that one in.
That was too easy.
Tied again at 39, 14 and a half to go in regulation. Murray battles through 2 players, finds a wide open Parker, and again, the Wagner passing has been fantastic tonight.
Tyler Murray just doing a great job of being a leader tonight. I mean, he really is doing a nice job of seeing the whole floor and distributing the ball and making his teammates better.
Well,
and again, Olasaware to the basket. Full hands. Looks like he picked up number 4.
Tyler Murray was Wagner's best player on a team that won 5 games last year. And he's got a new coach, a new attitude, a new enthusiasm, and he understands from an historical standpoint just how big this game is for the Wagner College program tonight. And he's showing in everything he's doing with his leadership on the floor tonight.
So Jamal Olasaware comes to the free throw line, a 61% free throw shooter, averaging a little over 12 points a game on the season. And he hits the first. Substitutions, Boyd back in for LIU. Thompson will take Folahan's spot now with 4 fouls. Olasaware out of Silver Spring, Maryland. He's ready for his second free throw. Looks to tie this ball game up once again. Second free throw, hits them both. So we are tied at 41. So Murray to take it up. Looks for Rivers, finds Rivers. Culpo plays the defense. Now up top to Thompson and back to Murray. 20 on the shot clock. Murray right side, looks for a cutting Munweiler, can't get it to him, brings it back up. 15 on the shot clock. Looks for a Thompson pick, can't get around it. Thompson up top, top of the key, drives to the basket, and is going to be called, a foul on the play. Olasaware does not like the call. And the substitution as Kyle Johnson re-enters the game. Olasaware is going to take a seat on the bench after that call.
Guess what? Jim Ferry agrees with the referees because he's getting after his player on that.
Murray.
Nice pass again.
Thompson with the bucket.
And that's what you have to do against very quick teams. You have to go back against the grain. So he had everyone shifting to the right, and then he threw back for the jump shot to the left wing.
So it's a 2-point Wagner lead. The crowd asking for some defense. Boyd inside, he puts it in.
Yeah, Boyd is tough in there. They really have had a tough time keeping him out of there once LIU gets a good passing lane to him.
Thompson up top. 7 minutes again. Another pass inside. Wagner all night. Tyler Murray puts that one in.
So it's so unbelievably hard to understand how Wagner could be almost perfect.
And then Brickman
on offense, and they're losing.
There, Brickman answers back with a 3, a 1-point LIU lead.
I mean, Hurley can't. What can you find wrong about the way his team is played? And the Blackbirds lead by 1.
Some magnificent passing tonight by Danny Hurley's squad. Bobby Hurley, too, would be very proud with his performance.
It's almost like Bobby's running this offense.
Rivers around the pick, pulls up his dribble, tries to get it to Parker. It's going to stay with Wagner. Here's Coach going against the grain, as you just talked about.
He brings everyone to the right-hand side, and he's looking the whole time for the jump shot. And that's really what you have to do. That and that was what we just saw. Back screens and backdoor plays to offset the quickness of the overplaying defense.
7 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. A long 3 by Murray that hits the front of the rim, but there is Thompson with the rebound. So Rivers brings it back out. Calls off Murray. 12 minutes to go in regulation. Wagner down by 1. Rivers left side. Copo picks him up, passes it in the corner. The Thompson shot too long. Brickman with the rebound. Here comes Brickman. He's 1-on-3 right now. Pulls it back. Left side. Finds Hicks. Now to the bucket. Johnson drives. The one-hander off the glass. Will not go. And a foul the other way on LIU.
And that's the 6th-team foul. We're going to get immediate timeout right here. So Wagner is in so much better shape than they were as far as getting to the foul line down the stretch here.
46-45. LIU with the lead. The Seahawks have been tremendous on offense, and as Joe mentioned, still down by 1. Big part of it has been the amount of times LIU has come to the line tonight.
Well, it'll be interesting now to see if Wagner comes with something a little bit different on defense just to throw off the timing. Because right now, in these first 8 minutes of the second half, LIU does seem a lot more comfortable offensively. They're going inside to Boyd. They're looking inside. They're hitting the three-point jump shots. A little bit of it might be fatigue. I mean, think back to how well Wagner played defensively in the first half and how hard they had to work for everything. So it'll be interesting to see now if they do anything differently.
I mean, if you ask the coach, they're +1 on the boards. They're shooting 53%, 18 assists on 19 field goals. I don't think he would have asked for any more than that.
No, it's hard. It's hard to ask for more than they've given.
But, this is what you want. You're going up against the top team that's very, very hot, that plays well on the road. You're at home. You want to just be within striking distance. And, I don't think anyone on Wagner thought they were going to blow out LIU here tonight for all those reasons we spoke about early. So it's one of those games, you kind of stay close. And then we know that Wagner has a lot of confidence in a tight game down the stretch.
Take a look at the second half shooting, and the Seahawks shooting 53%. And amazingly, LIU is shooting better in the second half at 42%, 38 overall on the game. They are up 1. And again, a big part, 13 free throws made to Wagner's 3. They are 13 of 21 from the line. Wagner is 3 of 4. Seahawks to inbound the ball. It will be Rivers. He's joined by Murray and Munweiler, Parker, and Thompson. And there is a long 3. That one no good. Thompson tries to get the rebound. It is pulled down by Hicks. Hicks, Brickman, Copo. Hux enters the game for LIU as well, and David Hicks. So that are the 10 men on the floor. And there's Boyd to the bucket.
Yeah, that's the tough one. Anytime Boyd has gotten any kind of an angle offensively to the rim and gotten the ball, it's been a basket.
Brickman is an exceptional point guard when it comes to seeing the floor.
Very, very good. 11 minutes to go in regulation. LIU up by 3.
LIU going to a 2-3 zone. Different look.
Rivers, that one won't go. And there's Murray, and he puts it in. Tyler Murray.
That's some of the leadership that Alexa was talking about with Coach Hurley at halftime.
Hux drives to the lane, loses the handle,
that was a
saves
walk.
it. Sends it back out. Hicks in the lane. The floater, that one won't go.
I thought that was a travel, but again, they hustled, got the offensive glass. Now they're going to get to the foul line.
David Hicks will come to the free throw line, 76% free throw shooter. See his numbers on the night. First free throw is good. Another substitution for LIU as Coach Ferry keeps shuffling his guys in and out. Onyeche is now back in. Hicks takes a seat back on the bench. Second free throw for Hicks. He makes them both. He is now in double digits for the night. And the Wagner deficit is 3. 10.5 to go in regulation. Rivers finds Thompson. Now Murray. Murray inside. Thompson. Munweiler right side. 20 on the shot clock. It is Murray. Murray around the Thompson pick. Rivers in the corner for 3.
If they can hit a couple of threes, then they'll do fine against the zone. I think what Coach Ferry's trying to do is stop that penetration and that screens that we saw for the first 8 minutes of the second half.
Murray on Brickman. Brickman right side in the lane to the bucket. Strong move. Jason Brickman, very impressive off the bench.
Mudweiler's got to hit a 3. He hasn't made one yet, and he's been open for a couple. He's a very important weapon because they're going to start to cheat towards Rivers' side.
Thompson from the free throw line. That one too hard. The follow by Parker will not go. Battle for the rebound. Boyd just too strong. Here comes Brickman. Brickman had Culpo instead. Bounce pass inside, and it is put in by Onyeche.
I'd love to have him on my team if I'm an offensive player because he finds you.
Kenny Onyeche lays that one in. It's a 4-point LIU lead. Cross court there is Munweiler. Thompson at the key. Over to Rivers. Rivers pulls up. Short shot.
Man, that's pretty.
He always plays like a junior. It's amazing the composure and the maturity he has as a freshman.
Brickman inside. 3 players converge on Onyeche, and he is fouled.
Well, if he got pushed to the ground, it takes 3 players to do that. He's so strong.
Take a look at it right here. And Onyeche.
Well, he was fouled already. Then he's fouled again. Then he's fouled the 3rd time.
It's like a 3-for-1. So Harris is now in the game. Martin is in the game.
And it's a non-shooting one, Wayne.
Boyd. And there's Brickman. Martin on him. Inside. Boyd is going to walk.
And that's what happens with Harris. I mean, great play by Coach Hurley. You get Harris in there. He's able to muscle him right back, and you get the travel call. Now he's pushing against. That's entirely different when you're pushing against Clay Harris.
Down. Murray telling his teammates, let's go. Down 2, 8:52 to go. Get a little court maintenance, and now Martin inbound the ball for the Seahawks. Martin around the pick. Thompson. Cross court as Rivers. Rivers drives by Boyd to the basket. Dishes out. Thompson. Martin thought about the 3. Pulled it back. Rivers. 15 on the shot clock. Pulls it out. 8.5 to go on the game clock. 54-52. LIU with the 2-point lead. Martin. Bounce pass. Finds Thompson. Rivers for 3. That one is no good. Harris battles for the rebound again. 3 bodies on the court. No call. Here comes Brickman. Brickman finds a cutting Boyd to the hoop, and a foul is called. Then a little extra from Harris gets the LIU bench up.
No, I think that they want a technical foul call for Boyd hanging on the rim.
I think there might have been a push after the shot. We'll see it coming up here.
Right after he does the hang on the rim.
Right there.
No. So Boyd comes to the free throw line.
But, credit the LIU staff. Coach Ferry was out there screaming to his players, walk away, walk away, walk away. And that's what good coaches will always do.
So Boyd, 10 points on the night. Makes it 11. Take another angle of the play that just happened.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
Yeah, because you don't know if he was kind of like
helping him or hurting him. Couldn't tell.
Boyd makes them both. 12 on the night. Perfect from the line. LIU is up 4. Close in on the 8-minute mark. Right side is Rivers. Now Martin. Murray. Bounce pass to Thompson. Thompson finds an open Martin. 4-3, and that one won't go. And there is Harris for the follow.
Big play.
Great play and an important part of the game. LIU's biggest lead had been 6, and that would have been a couple of possession game if Wagner didn't score there.
So there's Brickman. Now Boyd. Boyd across to Johnson. Johnson's going to be called for the travel. Coach Hurley comes jumping off the bench to congratulate Clayfell Harris on that play. 56-54 LIU. LIU, 6-game win streak, has won 14 of their last 15. Take a look at the Johnson travel.
I'm looking
the
for
questionable travel.
I'm looking for the Johnson travel.
Hey.
Well, let's send it over to Alexa Datt.
Thanks, Wayne. I talked to the LIU coaching staff before their game about their strategy here in the second half of this game. They basically told me that they're going to try and wear down Wagner's defense. They have all 5 of their starters averaging double figures this season. He said they also have a strong bench which they can go to. He said if they keep their guys fresh, they should be able to handle the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Alexa.
Well, I don't think thus far there's been any advantage in terms of
conditioning.
In better shape or conditioning, right, Joe? I think Wagner can match it. We talked about that the first game of the year, what great shape they were in and how hard they work in practice. So, sometimes the course of the season wears teams down, but there's been no indication. And certainly when Wagner's playing at home in close games on Time Warner, they haven't shown any indication of being tired.
How about the physicality of this LIU team in comparison to the other teams that we've seen come in here? I still think that the best team that we've seen in person is Princeton.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just in terms of their size and their brute force underneath. I mean, they were just so strong right to the point guard. You're absolutely right, Joe. I don't think we've seen a stronger team come in here.
And they are undefeated in the Ivy League. Undefeated.
I think you predicted that.
Yeah, I did. I said I don't think they'll lose a game in their league.
56-54 LIU with the lead. Murray. 6 points on the night for Tyler. Up top. Now Martin. Brickman quickly out on him. 15 on the shot clock. Inside to Thompson. Right side to Rivers. Rivers drives into the lane. The one-hander will not go. Rebound. It is Boyd. Quickly, Boyd. Left side. Garner to Boyd. And oh, man. Man.
That was Harris again.
Well, Clay Harris is not going to give up too many square inches on this floor.
Now, those are some well-earned free throws right there.
Coach Ferry is now thinking that this is borderline dirty. I don't know. It's hard, but I don't think it's flagrant.
No.
I think they both went down.
And I think their refs are going to come over here to take a look they want to take a look, guys, in the truck. Hold on 1 second. We're going to either one. You can look at that one or that one if it's easier for you. Yeah, you can turn it. So the referees are going to take a look. It seems it becomes a daily occurrence every time we come here. There's something. We're going to take a look one more time. Referee is taking a look to see what they're going to call on this play. Going to take one more look. Well, those are two big bodies. Guys are good? Guys are good. Okay, so the ref's going to make their decision right now after taking 2 different looks from the truck. Well, I'll tell you, you guys earn your money back there every time we come to this place. So the ref's going over to Coach Ferry to tell him what they have decided after taking a look at the replay. They tell both benches, and we will find out as Boyd waits. So Boyd is going to take 2 shots. Julian Boyd misses his first free throw of the evening. Great story. Boyd coming back after missing all of last season. Again, look at those numbers. 22 more free throw attempts on the night for LIU. Make it 23 as Boyd hits that one. Olasaware re-enters the game for LIU. Boyd will take a seat. 7:04 to go. The visitors with a 3-point lead. Again, 11 road wins for LIU, most in the country. They are currently on a 6-game winning streak overall. They've won 14 of their last 15, 20-5 on the season. Martin in the lane, dishes out. It is Murray, and we are tied.
Now Wagner's using the same strategy against the zone. They're now setting screens up high. They're trying to get the shooters to dribble off the screens, get a penetration, attack a seam, and if they don't have it open, and kick it out as we just saw for the jump shot.
Wow.
If you leave Olasaware that wide open, as we saw the other night, they're going to hit some threes on you, and that time he did. 3-point LIU lead.
He looked as comfortable on that shot as if he was taking a foul shot. There was no pressure on him. Wagner, for the first time tonight, did not do anything defensively on that possession.
Thompson, and that ball is deflected away. Good defense right there by Onyechi. Parker back in the game for Wagner. David Hicks re-enters for LIU. Thompson takes his seat on the bench for Wagner. 60-57, 6:12 to go in regulation. Seahawks 6-1 in conference home games, looking to add to that mark. Overall 9-5 in the NEC.
Oh,
Rivers
wow.
from long distance.
Woo.
That one rims out. He took that shot from Brooklyn. Olasaware all the way to the bucket, and he is fouled.
I kind of have a hard time understanding that last shot by Lateef Rivers.
Yeah, that one's tough. You know why? Because the longer the shot, the longer the rebound, and they've done a good job when the ball's just, when they've been attacking the boards and getting offensive rebounds just on the short chippies. There wasn't time going out.
Yeah.
He had to be a good 8 feet behind the arc.
And in their half-court set. I mean, this didn't make any sense. This was 8 or 9 feet behind the three-point range with 25 seconds on the shot clock. I don't get that one. I really don't.
Take a look at Jamal's numbers as we do some housekeeping. More free throws for the Blackbirds. Olasaware 61% from the line, hits the first. Seahawks down by 4, 5:52 to go. LIU will travel to take on Mount St. Mary's on Saturday. Second free throw is good as well. Picked to finish third in the NEC this season. Wagner was picked to finish 11th. Both teams have done much better than that. Parker, that shot will not go. Rebound, loose ball. Parker goes into the scorer's table. LIU comes up with it. It is Hicks. That's a big one right there. Danny Hurley wants a timeout.
Good timeout.
Biggest lead of the night.
It's getting away from Wagner right now, and Danny realizes that. He almost knows that the next trip down the floor is something that they have to score, or they're going to have a long last 5 minutes.
And you know what? You really have to credit the LIU staff, because I don't know if they saw something in scouting, but ever since they've gone to the zone, Wagner has struggled in the half-court set after we talked about how well they were doing throughout the game.
And Hicks wide open for that three. That's the last couple for the Wagner defense, leaving their men wide open on three-point shots, and they have paid for it.
Well, again, they were advertised as this incredibly balanced offensive machine coming in here, with all 5 starters averaging double figures.
Oh.
Them in Missouri, and you're going to walk out of this gym tonight, and all 3 of us are going to say, who's LIU's best player, and we'll all name a different guy.
But you know what they bring, and you can see it in the way they play. They bring such confidence in their offensive sets. They know that they'll get their points, and they shoot the ball with confidence.
LIU has a chance to go to the conference championships 24-5 if they win tonight. That is not a difficult schedule. The only good team on that is Central Connecticut, and they got them at home.
20-5 for the Blackbirds. We go to the other side and take a look at the Seahawks' remaining schedule.
Terribly tough schedule. This St. Francis of Brooklyn team that's coming here Saturday for the MSG game at noon, they played LIU just 2 days ago. Final score was 82-80.
Yep. However, if the Seahawks host a quarterfinal game,
we'll be here March the 3rd.
So 5:23 to go. Rivers, right side. Martin pulls it back in. Now Thompson. Rivers has Murray. Murray in the corner. 5:13 to the hoop. Up, in, and count the bucket.
Great job getting the contact. He stayed with it. He drew the foul and then got the ball up on the rim.
That's leadership coming out of the timeout from Murray.
More substitutions. Boyd and Culpo re-enter the game for LIU. It's been a good night for Tyler Murray. He's done a little bit of everything tonight to keep his team in the game. Looks to cut into the 5-point LIU lead. And he hits that free throw, the lead down to 4. So Brickman, Jason Brickman to take it up. Martin playing the defense. Olasaware and Boyd out there with him, as well as Hicks. And there's a turnover. Here comes Rivers. Rivers right side, Martin to the hoop. Now Folahan. Rivers again with another long 3. Goes to the floor. The shot will not go. Boyd with the rebound. Quickly, Olasaware to the bucket all the way. Will not go.
There was some athleticism on both ends of that play.
Again, Murray, his team down by 4. 4.5 minutes to go in regulation. Martin, Murray, Rivers. Folahan and Thompson, the Wagner 5. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rivers pulls up, left side of the line. That one is way short. Then it goes off of Folahan, out of bounds. It will go over to LIU.
I think he might have just lost his legs on that. He came off the screen nice. It was a good, solid screen. He had the open jump shot. Something happened. He was just way short.
And Folahan had a great opportunity to catch that air ball on a fly, and it just fumbled out of bounds.
Brickman got away with what looked like a push on Martin. Right side, dishes out, and again wide open for a 3. That one is short by Olasaware. Here come the Seahawks. Under 4 to play, down by 4. Right side is Rivers. Around the pick, Rivers to the basket, back out to Thompson. Now Martin. Martin off the glass, will not go. Rebound, Boyd.
Great box out on Folahan by Olasaware.
Boyd, 3.5 minutes to go. Wagner needs a stop. Brickman, 20 on the shot clock. Olasaware to the basket, loses the handle.
That's a steal by Thompson.
Wide open is Martin. Another big 3 from Martin. It is a 1-point LIU lead. 3:06 to go. Well, this has been Wagner's MO, 10-4.
Alexa Dat, good job. She told us at the beginning of this half that Hurley told her at halftime, my older guys have to step up in the second half. Those 2 guys have been Martin and Murray. They've been great.
There's Martin with the big 3, another big 3 on the night. Again, the Seahawks have played close games all year, 10-4 Games decided by 5 or less.
And what we just saw in those replays are exactly the brand of basketball that Coach Hurley has brought to Wagner. They've been balanced all year. They've been very unselfish. You saw the ball move to the open jump shot.
Send it over to Alexa Dapp.
Wayne, real quick, before that last timeout, LIU was on a 7-0 run. Hurley took a timeout, said, guys, we need to kick out threes, and we need to get layups. That's exactly what they did. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Alexa. 1-point lead for LIU. We talked about the offensive distribution for LIU. Wagner with 4 players in double figures.
LIU has 4. Wagner has 4. And nobody has more than 14. In other words, tonight, so far, Wagner has been LIU.
3 minutes to go in regulation. Wagner down by 1. The crowd asking for some defense. Brickman, Martin giving them that defense. Boyd up top. Thompson covering Boyd. Boyd strong to the basket. Dishes back out to Brickman. Brickman looking inside, trying to find Onyechi. Can't get it to him. Left side for the 3.
Oh,
that's David Hicks.
That's a big shot by Hicks. He has 15. That is a killer.
Here come the Seahawks. Rivers, 2:27 to go. Finds Martin. Murray, Thompson, nice pass inside to Folahan. He is fouled. Now they're looking for a T on Onyechi, and they are not going to get it. The refs tell Danny Hurley's club to take a seat on the bench. Hurley better be careful.
Well,
he already has
what?
1 T.
You know what? I've seen that called a technical foul a lot, though.
Well, you know, what Coach Hurley is saying, hey, you teed me before from the other side of the floor. The kid hits the ball down, and he gets nothing. And
well, Bobby Hurley has one official, and Danny Hurley has the other. They have been double-teamed by the Hurley brothers right here. That ball was punched down to the other end of the floor.
Yes, it was. But no call, so both teams talking it over. Again, Hurley, 25 games into his college career so far, has remained in every one of them. Looks to do that here. 1 T tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't call that a spectacular,
right?
First year. Should stay on the bench and coach your team for 40 minutes. Coach Gannon was never thrown out of a gym in 100 years. Never.
No.
Ever.
Thrown out of a few states maybe, but not other games.
67-63. LIU looks to extend their win streak. They're up by 4. It's been a great game throughout, very close. Again, right now as we take a look at the numbers, LIU 20 for 29 from the line. Wagner 4 for 5. 16-point differential. Wagner down by 4.
And Folahan's going to the foul line. Again, 75% shooter on the season for the big guy. Excellent. 2 for 2 tonight. He really needs both of these. And if he does make 2, Wayne, that'll make 5 players in double figures for Wagner.
Well played ball game tonight. Seahawks 21 assists, 26 field goals, shooting 48% on the night. Right now, LIU at 43%. Much better in the second half at 53%. And again, Wagner's been hurt by a couple of wide open three-point shots as Folahan drains the first free throw.
You know, he just looks so good for a big guy taking the free throws.
A big freshman big guy. Really excellent. Hope we didn't jinx him on this second one.
Well, Boyd gets that rebound. 2:15 to go, a 3-point game. Garner and Brickman. Brickman, Garner, Boyd, Onyechi, and Hicks. Boyd strong to the bucket, and they're going to call a foul on Thompson.
I think it was because of the angle that he wasn't able to square up, and you'll see he kind of gets in from the side. And I think that's where it was a tough call. I think that's where it was a tough call, but the right call.
So Boyd back at the free throw line. First free throw attempt is no good. 2:04 to go. 3-point deficit for the home team. Again, we've been talking free throws all night. You take a look at the numbers. Second free throw, no good. Rivers comes down with it for Wagner. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Seahawks down by 3. Rivers, Martin, Murray, Folahan, and Thompson. 1:50 to go. Rivers surprised Folahan with that pass. The 3 by Murray. That won't go. Thompson skies for it. Boyd comes down with it.
See, if Folahan had been more ready for that pass, it was a layup or a dunk.
Well, he should have been moving into the basket even.
He was surprised by it. Boyd pulls up, jump shot. That one does not even hit the rim. Here comes Rivers, 1:28 to go. Rivers by Boyd, all the way to the basket, and it falls. 1-point game for LIU, 1:20 to go.
Lateef Rivers made up his mind when he got the rebound.
Well, you know what?
Score.
Everybody else was jogging back, and he saw the opening and drove at it.
LIU asked for the timeout. It's a 1-point lead for the Blackbirds.
Last couple of shots by the Blackbirds have not really been all that close in terms of those outside jump shots. So now you wonder if they're a little bit tired or if their legs are hurting a little bit.
Well, I was surprised that Boyd took that last jump shot only because he was coming off of 2 bad missed free throws. And then the jump shot that he just took was way off, and that's a shot that Wagner definitely wanted them to take.
And now there's a question of who called the timeout, it looks like.
I think it's a 30-second.
Pass there, Shockey, Folahan. And then we'll go to the Rivers drive all the way to the basket by everybody to making a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that was a great play by the freshman Rivers, but it was also for one of the very, very few times terrible transitional defense by the Blackbirds. As Coach pointed out, they just didn't hustle back and get themselves in position that time.
I'm telling you, one team is saying they called the full timeout, another team is saying they called the 30. And what are we going to decide? Well, I guess the refs have already decided no matter what either coach said. So LIU, 1:14 to go, a 1-point lead. Corner. And Hicks. Corner right side to the bucket, puts one up, battle for the boards, and Folahan comes down with it, and it looks like Boyd is going to be called for the foul.
See, C.J. Garner takes the biggest shot of the night. He's got 1 point. He's done nothing. He's the guy Wagner wants to shoot.
And it's not where they were running a play at him. He just took that shot.
Now, Folahan, 75% on the year, 3 for 4 tonight, but now we're talking about major time, big time pressure. 1 and 1. It's the 19th foul. Bang.
Not a problem for the freshman. 67-67.
What happened to Murray? What happened down there?
I think there was on the box out, Murray may have went down, and from some of the faces on the officials, I think they thought Murray just kind of took a dive. They weren't paying much attention to him being sprawled out.
So Folahan can give Wagner a 1-point lead. And he does. So Wagner is up 1. Popo re-enters the game. Garner takes a seat on the LIU bench.
For Wagner College, maybe the biggest defensive possession they've had this season coming up right now.
The Wagner bench up. Crowd asking for defense. Brickman around Martin. Rivers, did he deflect it off of Popo?
No.
It will stay right here. So Brickman inbound. Martin to guard the pass. Up top to Boyd. 25 on the shot clock. 42 on the game clock. Brickman. 20 on the shot clock. Brickman up top.
Oh.
And a foul is called.
Very good call.
as Olasaware drives to the basket.
That's a good call, and that
Very
was a
good
tough
call.
decision for the Wagner kids to run a double team out there and leave Olasaware open.
And 1/10 of a second under the shot clock, meaning that Wagner, if they would have gotten that rebound, could have kept the ball in Retief Rivers' hands and forced the LIU to foul with a lead, but now they might not have the lead.
So Olasaware steps to the free throw line. 5 of 6 tonight. Wagner crowd giving it to Jamal as he steps to the line. The sophomore looks to tie it up right here. He does. C.J. Garner steps back into the game for LIU. .68 all. Second free throw on the way to give LIU the lead, and it does. So it is 69-68 LIU. The shot clock is off. Timeout, Danny Hurley and Wagner.
Well, I mean, Danny's got, certainly a couple of great options here. I think, as Joe mentioned, you're going to try to get the ball into Retief Rivers' hand, because if he gets fouled on a penetration, there's a good chance you're going to walk away with the lead. But they've had a good night of moving the ball and getting the ball around. So, I think typically Wagner comes down and just kind of runs their stuff. And he just wants to make sure it's the right guys getting the jump shots and that it's a good shot.
Well, Murray will make it and not be afraid to make it. I think Martin won't be afraid to take it if he's open. They're all good foul shooters. Again, you have to have confidence in your way your team's played on the half-court set tonight that they can get it done one more time.
Yeah, I think we're going to see screens, as you said, right, Joe. I think we're going to see some screens that'll give opportunity for them to attack and drive to the basket.
And we're on some run here. Our JV championship game went down to 1 second on a shot. Our championship game came down to a crazy finish. It did 103-102 just 48 hours ago, CSI St. Joe's. Our broadcast team and our Time Warner cameras, we're on a very good run of great basketball.
32 seconds to go. LIU a 1-point lead. Rivers, Martin, Murray, Folahan, and Thompson for the Seahawks. Right side is Rivers to the basket. In traffic, he loses the handle. Garner comes up with it. And then Hicks is fouled.
Yeah, there's plenty of time here on this. Remember, LIU not a strong foul shooting team.
I don't think Hurley's got a beef there. I don't think Rivers does either. I think Latif, the freshman, took a gamble going in traffic and a lot of hands on the ball, and he just lost it.
So David Hicks has had a good night from the line, 5 for 6. And he makes that one. So the lead is 2.
Well, you're going to have to take a 3 now. Rivers, Murray, Martin. Somebody's going to fire up a 3, although Martin's not on the floor. Is he? Yes, he is.
Seahawks 7 of 21 from 3 tonight. Second free throw is good. It's a 3-point game. 19.4 seconds to go. (71-68) LIU.
Now, this is a time where a lot of people on television around the country would say, there's plenty of time. You can take a 2-point shot. I don't think so, because I think Wagner's best plays and best players shoot threes, and Mudweiler's coming off the bench to give him a 4th option.
And the other component is, the problem is, if they score, let's say they score 2, LIU's going to get the ball right to Brickman, who shoots 90% as well, and he's going to put it right back up at 3 anyway. So I think Joe's right. You're going to have to hit a 3 at some point. You're probably better off taking the shot now.
And again, Mudweiler has not hit one tonight. He has no points. He took a couple of threes, missed them in the first half. But again, he's a 3-point shooter. And if LIU's going to leave somebody open, it may be him.
So Martin has hit 3 tonight. Rivers has hit 3. Munweiler, as Joe said, 0 for 3 from 3.
What about Murray? How many does he have?
Murray is 1 for 4 tonight.
Okay, 7 between the big 3. Mudwire, nothing.
Every college team has run these in practice. They know exactly what they're looking at.
Murray with it. 13 seconds on the clock. Right side to Rivers.
He needs a screen.
And that one is short. However, Murray comes up with it. Murray finds Martin for the wide open 3. Yeah! He ties it up at 71. And quickly, LIU calls timeout.
That's because they believe it.
You can't believe what Danny Hurley just did. He just jumped up and hip-checked the referee in enthusiasm as he went by. He jumped up and hip-checked and the ref. He was so excited the game was started.
71 all, 3.3 seconds to go.
You think anyone in the NEC wants to come in here for the tournament and have to go up against the karma that goes on here at Spiro Center?
Boyd, Olasaware, Brickman, Hicks, Garner to inbound for LIU. Tied at 71. Boyd, there goes Garner. Garner to the hoop, the floater. No good, we're going to overtime.
That's as good as you can get, is a
no,
look.
That is, really. I mean, he came down. The only problem was, a running one-hander is tough, but in terms of getting the ball down the floor in 3.3 seconds, that was a great play.
We're working overtime tonight at Time Warner, and we're glad to do it. What a great NEC game.
The Seahawks this season 3-0 in overtime. LIU has not played a game this season. There you go. You ask, you shall receive. The Seahawks 3-0. Again, great and close games, 10-4 this season. Games decided by 5 or less. 71 all as we go to the extra session.
I'm looking at the poor officials thinking that they need to get a little bit of a rest. They haven't had a sub all night.
Take a look at the game-tying 3. Rivers with the miss. Great hustle there by Murray.
Once again, Tyler Murray.
Boy, that was a deep 3, too.
So Chris Martin, 4 of 6 from 3 tonight, 14 points. None bigger than those right there.
Good for you, son. That's a great shot. You'll remember that a long time, only if you can get it done in overtime.
Seahawks, 5 players in double figures. Long Island University with 4. They end regulation shooting 48%. Wagner, LIU at 42%. So here we go, an extra session to decide this one. Seahawks 6-1 in conference home games. And again, LIU with a 6-game winning streak overall. Only losing once in the last 15 games. Most road wins in the NCAA. And Wagner to take first possession here in OT.
LIU stays with the zone.
So Martin around the Folahan pick. Pulls up. 3-pointer. That one is short. And who's there for the rebound? Murray.
Wow, what a great play by Murray again.
And he made the exact same cut across the lane to get that rebound as he did the last time.
Rivers, Martin, Murray, Folahan, and Thompson, who finished up for the Seahawks. In there right now, 20 on the shot clock. Martin up top. Thompson had Folahan. Instead, takes it himself in the lane. Nice pass to Folahan, who's fouled and count the basket.
What a great look. Once again, driving right, looks back against the grain. He knows the big guy's down there. He brings the defense up to him and makes the nice pass. There it is. Brings everybody to him. He knows the big guy's right there. You can't diagram it better than that.
Holohan comes to the free throw line. 13 points, 5 of 6, despite early foul trouble. Front ends that free throw.
Well, he made the 2 big ones he had to make to get Wagner an opportunity to get to overtime. But he needed that one, didn't get it.
Brickman. Olasaware. David Hicks to the basket. Rivers on him. Holohan blocks it. However, a foul first. Rivers picked that foul up.
It's his 4th foul.
So David Hicks steps to the free throw line for the Blackbirds. Team down by 2 here in OT.
So this really becomes serious in terms of if Rivers were to foul out, it really causes all sorts of offensive problems because Tyler Murray then has to bring up the ball. It takes away shooting options. So it'll be interesting to see now if the LIU kids drive at Rivers a little bit.
Hicks splits the pair. It's a 1-point Wagner lead, 4:05 to go in overtime. Rivers around the Thompson pick. Thompson alone at the line, decides to get it over to Martin. Martin tries to find Holohan. Holohan knocks it out of bounds. And Murray, you see Murray told Thompson, take the shot.
And Lateef Rivers was over here on the right-hand side.
But Murray's annoyed that Thompson didn't unload from the foul line.
He was open. 73-72. LIU down 1. Brickman to bring it across. Boyd up top. Oh, Alosaware gets away with one there. Johnson pulls up, jump shot. That one is long. Murray battles for it. Now Martin, backcourt. Right in front of us, it'll go over to Wagner. Take a look at some other NEC scores. Central Connecticut State with the 1-point victory. Quinnipiac easily over Bryant. And St. Francis of New York with a 3-point win. Got the NEC covered all over the place. 1-point Wagner lead right here at the Spiro Sports Center. Martin, wide open as Holohan emphatically puts it in.
And one.
We are watching a freshman find himself tonight, boy. Right there. The Seahawks with a 3-point lead.
We got a foul out here. Olasaware fouls out. Very important player for LIU.
Well, you know what? It takes now a whole different offensive look for LIU. I mean, we know they have the firepower, but not having that big guy in there in terms of his ability to drive and flash against Wagner totally changes their offensive look.
Yeah, but Garner's in the game now, and he's done nothing. He's the one that replaced Olasaware, who had a nice night, and 12 points, and Garner's only had 1 free throw.
Holohan comes to the line. Those 15 points, a big part of Wagner's plus 8 points in the paint, 32 points in the paint, and a second miss from the line for Holohan. I think it's not time to put that championship belt on just yet.
Okay. Here's Wagner's 1-3-1 zone now. Coach Hurley waits to overtime to throw a different look out now.
So Brickman up top, 15 on the shot clock.
This is a zone that sometimes is weak on the rebounding end, though. We'll see.
Garner to the hoop, in the lane, dishes out to Johnson. Johnson 3, rims out. Holohan with the rebound. 2:37 to go. Wagner up 3.
30 seconds on the shot clock, and a 3 goes in and out.
And LIU switches from a zone back to man-to-man.
Holohan up way up top. Now over to Martin, 2:20 to go. Murray. Murray around the pick, picked up by Boyd.
Oh, nice.
Hicks
nice.
with Holohan.
Nice.
Holohan in the lane, it will not go.
Boy, they did everything right.
Right, but you know what? They didn't do one thing right. Folahan should have had better position to receive that pass and put it right up and in. He had to take that little baby hook instead.
Brickman up top, 20 on the shot clock, right side. That is a big, big three.
Hicks again.
For David Hicks.
Man, he made the biggest shot at the end of the last minute of the second half, and he did it again. David Hicks.
75 all. 90 seconds to go in the first overtime. Murray inside, and he misses the shot inside. Boyd with the rebound.
Great offensive set. He came off the screen on the baseline, wide open, just missed that one.
Boy, they better get in Hicks' face. I wouldn't let him take the next shot. Anybody but him.
So Brickman up top.
Brickman's looking.
Corner in the lane. Nice bounce pass to Johnson, who puts it in. 1 minute to go. LIU takes the lead.
LIU is showing its mettle.
Timeout, Wagner. They're down by 2.
Coach Hurley trying to calm the guys down a little bit. They got a little bit excited with that lead, and now it's been a five-point run back.
Yeah, but again, this is a terrific job by LIU. Has gone and penetrates and makes the nice bounce pass and the layup there. But think about it. The last 2 possessions, Folahan was just a little bit out of sync on a great penetration. And then Tyler Murray missed a layup, a wide open layup. They haven't done anything wrong. They're just playing about a very high level, but they're playing against the best team in this league.
(77-75), a quick 5-0 run by LIU. So Wagner now down by 2. Both teams with 2 field goals in the overtime. Folahan with 2 key free throw misses, and Seahawks down by 2. What a ball game this has been. The first place Blackbirds, the third place Seahawks. Playoffs just around the corner here for this conference. So LIU has Garner, Brickman, Boyd, Hicks, and Johnson as their 5. Thompson, Folahan, Murray, Martin, and Rivers for Wagner. Here we go. 45 seconds to go. 20 on the shot clock. It's Murray up top. 15 on the shot clock. Rivers loses the handle. It looks like Wagner got a timeout. Ferry does not like that call as he goes back to his bench. 34.8 seconds to go. 13 on the shot clock. Wagner still with it.
That's a good break for Wagner. (77-75). LIU. First place in the conference. High-scoring Blackbirds, averaging 82 points a game tonight. With 34 seconds to go here, have reached 77. A good job by Wagner tonight.
Well, just like at the end of regulation, there's 3 kids on the floor that can shoot the 3 and shoot it with confidence, in Murray and Rivers and Martin. This time he doesn't go to Mudweiler as a 4th 3-point choice because they don't need a 3, they only need 2.
There's Martin. 8 on the shot clock. Martin is called for the travel. So 28.8 seconds to go.
What they need to do is keep the ball
away from Brickman.
Keep the ball away from Brickman. Double team Brickman, and as soon as somebody else gets it.
Folahan sits down. Mudweiler comes into the game. 28.8 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Wagner down by 2. Johnson trying to inbound the ball. LIU calls a timeout.
Good defense.
.8 seconds to go. LIU to inbound the ball. The shot clock is off, as we have mentioned.
Chris Martin did a great job last time in defending Brickman and not letting him get an opportunity. Now they'll probably throw a double screen. Looks like Brickman's going to set a screen, probably then come back.
Johnson finds an open Boyd.
You can foul him.
You got to hit him.
You can foul him.
And then they do. Boyd is fouled by Parker. So 24 seconds to go. Boyd steps to the line. 25 of 37 for LIU tonight.
A little bit better than their average, about 67, 68%. And Boyd, who missed his last two at the end of regulation, makes a big one.
Weiler sits down, Murray back in. Big one here.
This makes it a two-possession game. This is huge.
Makes them both. It's a 4-point LIU lead. 24 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Martin to the basket. Left side, pulls up, jump shot. Good! Back down to a 2-point game. Johnson with the ball, 18 seconds to go. Thompson on him. (79-77).
How about the coolness of Martin switching that jumper? Dead down the middle. Makes the big three, makes another one that if he doesn't make it, game's over. And he did it again.
So Kyle Johnson steps to the line. First time to the line. 70% free throw shooter on the season. Second shot coming up for Johnson. He makes them both. Munweiler comes into the game.
Great job of free throw shooting in the crunch time by the Blackbirds.
Quickly, Martin. He's got to hurry, down by 4. Got to put one up. He's D'd up well. Thompson wide open for 3, and that one will not go. Johnson with the rebound, and he is fouled. With 3.6 seconds, that's going to just about do it.
That will do it. Tough loss for Danny Hurley and the Seahawks. LIU, one more notch in their belt. Their 12th road win of the year. 12th NCAA leading 12th road win of the year.
But you want to know something? I mean, now it just shows going in for the Wagner kids going into the tournament. We know that they have a few more games that they can't look past. But now they know they can play with everybody in the conference. There isn't anyone, certainly after the 30-point blowout early in the season, that's got to shake their confidence. But now tonight they see, hey, you know what? We know we can play with these guys. We know that they're the premier number 1 team. They've dominated most of the season. So come tournament time, it's just a matter of playing another solid game and having a few breaks.
Rivers going to put that one in, but that's just window dressing. 83-79 once they change the board. And that's going to do it. The LIU Blackbirds make it 7 in a row. 15 of their last 16, 13-2 in conference, and as Joe mentioned, their 12th road win of the season, winning a thriller here in overtime.
Yeah, they again, you're speculating way ahead, but this is a team that is NIT bound at best. I mean, at worst,
right.
NCAA bound at least if they win the Northeast Conference. But again, their resume is already good enough to get them into the NIT if they don't make the NCAAs. And again, Coach has already said it. Wagner found out tonight this is the best the league has, and we can take them to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, great job by both coaches. I mean, it was exciting to see LIU. It's exciting for the Northeast Conference to have these types of games. We talked all season long on Joe's show about the strength of college basketball in New York with the great things going on, obviously, with these two programs. You had St. John's, you had Iona, etc. It's just exciting for the Northeast Conference to have a team like LIU that can put numbers up on the board, to be leading the nation in a couple of categories, and to have two strong programs like this for the NEC is great for all of New York basketball.
David Hicks had 21, and he hit the two biggest shots of the night, Wayne.
Yes, he did, Joe. Big night for Hicks. And again, the numbers that will pop out, 31 of 43 from the line for LIU, 7 of 11 for Wagner. And an excellent game tonight. Unfortunately, down the stretch, LIU, they've been in many games like this, and it showed 21st victory of the season. And as we go home, we take a look here at Kyle Johnson putting this bucket in. 17 points on the night for Kyle. LIU, 4 players in double figures. So hopefully we'll see you here on the third quarterfinals of the NEC tournament. For Joe Nugent, Tim Gannon, Alexa Datt, our whole Time Warner crew, hope you had a good night watching this one from the Spiro Sports Center, 8379 LIU. Have a wonderful night.